my name is James Lee. I'm the founder of Otter Raft. I wanted to talk about a little bit about a misconception that I think comes up pretty frequently, even among people that are familiar with autism and I guess pretty well educated. I hear this from doctors, I hear this from psychologists, well, maybe not psychologists, but people that studied psychology, which could include me. I studied psychology. I don't consider myself to be obviously a psychologist, but one of the things that comes up is the autism spectrum and what exactly that means. And I hear some wild things about that, and I'm on my way to a meeting and it comes up pretty frequently. And what they say is, autism is a spectrum. Everyone's on the spectrum a little bit. And obviously as a person with autism, like I'm used to hearing like misconceptions. So it doesn't really bother me. I understand that you can be a well-meaning person, an educated person, but still not be fully familiar with what it means. And so in like 2013, there was a change in the DSM in the way that autism was defined. And that's when the term spectrum, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that's when the term spectrum became actually codified, when it actually got introduced formally into the lexicon. And so what it means to be on the spectrum, it isn't like the electromagnetic spectrum. It isn't like in terms of intensity or severity, where you have someone that's, I guess, quote unquote normal or normative on one end of the spectrum, and then you have someone that's quote full on, I guess, profoundly autistic on the other end. No, what it actually means, and like I said, I could definitely be wrong, but from my understanding is when they use the term spectrum, the way it's defined is it's a collection of various symptoms and syndromes that actually indicate that someone might be quote autistic. And so you have everything from classic autism, when people think about autism, to something like pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, or something like that. So it's not so much like an electromagnetic spectrum. It's more along the lines of like a salad, where you have these ingredients together that compose a salad or comprise a salad. So like, if you have lettuce, for instance, like that's not a salad. But no, actually that's a bad analogy. I'll complete my analogy just to finish it. But I was about to say, it's not a salad until you add salad dressing or like olive oil or whatever it might be that makes a good salad. But that's a bad analogy, and the reason why is because you don't have to be multiple things for it to make autism. Rather, what it is it's a collection of things that give autism traits, even if they have different causes that cause someone to potentially be autistic. And then the diagnostic criteria, among many other things, are a list of like, I think maybe 7 things, where if you meet a certain number of those criteria, you're actually likely to be autistic, as the way it's defined by the DSM-5. So yeah, long story short, what it means is it's not like in terms of severity. Severity is defined by levels. Level 1 is more along the lines of me, where it's high functioning, can do basic stuff, mostly without support, although I definitely need a lot of support, to level 3, which is profoundly autistic, that basically needs, from my understanding, full-time care. So yeah, that level 2 is in the middle. Back on track. So autism spectrum is not like it's not in terms of severity, that spectrum, but rather a collection of things. I guess the reason why I bring that up is I'm on my way to a meeting, and this type of stuff comes up frequently, so I just wanted to share that.